Hello, everyone. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We are doing the all signs for their feelings for you this week. Take a look at everybody's situation, well, each zodiac sign. Be sure to take a look at Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for a full picture of your situation. Okay? All right. And only take what resonates. So, this week, how do they currently feel about Aries? Hmm. All right, you got the Five of Cups here in the reverse. You also have the Six of Cups. I feel like this week they're wanting to kind of get over something from the past. So if you guys weren't seeing eye to eye or there was some sort of issue, whatever the case may be, you have them wanting to kind of just move on from the past and just reconnect back with you this week, Aries. You also have the Page of Cups in the reverse, which is reflecting that there may have been some immaturity that occurred between the two of you, but now they're wanting to soften their approach and come towards you a little bit more open. I feel like this person has taken the time that is needed to recognize where possibly they went wrong or possibly um, how they may have come across towards you. So I do feel like this person is going to try to like if you guys are in no contact or if you guys have been in like separated distance, I do feel like this person is going to come out of their hibernation and come towards you. You have the King of Swords here in the reverse. Give me more. Followed by the Chariot here. Your person's going to assume that it's okay for them to come towards you also. They're not really going to ask permission. I feel like this is going to be more of like I'm going to assume that Aries wants to see me. So for some of you they may assume that you want them to come over or assume that you want to go on a date. Like I feel like they're just kind of taking charge um and trying to just move things forward. To you, it may kind of feel like it's coming out of nowhere. Like it just spontaneously is happening. Like spontaneously, they just have all this energy that they're wanting to show. You know, passion, all of that. Ooh, okay. Give me more on their feelings for Aries this week. Okay. Yeah. You have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. You also have the King of Pentacles. I feel like whatever was holding them back in the past, they are truly letting this go, or at least they're working towards letting it go. With that King of Pentacles there, that speaks to wanting to really put forth effort and actually giving wholeheartedly instead of maybe giving crumbs or not really giving as much as they should be. You have the Ten of Wands in the reverse. You also have the Page of Wands in the reverse. um, Give me a second here. Why the 10 of wands in the reverse? Okay. And then the page? Okay. Um, if there was something that was okay. If there was something that was stopping them like responsibilities or just additional burdens, I do feel like they're putting those down because they are wanting to spend this time with you, whether it be over the phone, on FaceTime, in person. They don't want to miss out on the opportunity of sharing some sort of connection with you, Aries. I also feel like during the time of things really not moving forward, whether you guys were at a distance, were distant with each other, or just felt like shit wasn't going anywhere, this actually brought them, I feel like they, for lack of a better word, I feel like they were sad. Like they were kind of down about it, feeling a bit incomplete. Anything else that the Aries needs to know about this person and how they're feeling this week? You got Knight of Swords. You also have Queen of Pentacles, followed by the Page of Swords. If you guys were in no contact, they're gonna break that contact or no contact. If you guys were in contact, they're just gonna It just feels like they're going to talk more or want to talk more. Aries, what I do find is kind of interesting is I see you guys being as the Queen of Pentacles, where you're not you're not shying away, you're not turning them away, but I also feel like you are enjoying the quiet. You're enjoying your alone time because this queen is independent. She doesn't necessarily need anybody to make her stable because she's already stable. Um, and so I feel like that energy is going to kind of exude outwards whenever they're communicating with you. I don't know why I feel, yeah, it's the confidence for me, Aries. I do feel like that you guys are going to be in that mode. I don't know why, but I do feel like for some reason your person might exhibit a little bit of clingy behavior. So, that's what I got for Aries. Let's go on to Taurus. All right, Taurus. How is your person feeling this week? All right, you got Five of Cups in the reverse. You also have the Tower. Ooh, they're trying to get over something that was pretty impactful between the two of you. I'm going to dig a little deeper into the Tower here. Six of Cups. Why? I swear you guys always mimic Aries in the beginning. Six of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Hmm. Did y'all suffer like a crack in your foundation? Yep, because I just saw that and I should have took it. Is that it? No. Is this it? No. Dang it. I just saw the Five of Pentacles. Somebody got left out in the cold. You guys were maybe previously building towards something. Um, feels feels kind of like at one point you guys were on the same page, and now it's like they're trying to get over what was broken down. Give me more on how this person feels about Taurus. All right, you got the Fool card here. You also have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So, like I said before, the Five of Pentacles was upright when I saw it initially. This person was left out in the cold. The way that they're feeling right now at this week is showing that they are wanting to take a leap of faith towards you, regardless of if you say no, because they want to be included in your life. Right. Yeah. Initially, this person was scared to speak, scared about like how you were going to respond to them. So they've been quiet. They don't want to be quiet any longer. They feel like enough time has went on for them to come out and actually communicate with you. You have the Six of Pentacles. You also have the World card in the reverse. They're feeling like this is left undone. They have unfinished business that they're needing to circle back to, and that unfinished business is you. That Six of Pentacles there is saying that I want reciprocity. I'm hoping that the energy that I exchange to you, you exchange back to me. They're not wanting to fight. Okay. You have that Five of Swords in the reverse. They're not trying to come at you with mind games or fighting arguments. I feel like this person is yeah, they want to find common ground with you. All right. For some of you, they want to get back together. I won't go that far just yet, but I do feel like they do want to be a part of your life. You have the Lovers here in the reverse. You also have the Seven of Swords. Now, there may have been a situation that either somebody was out creeping. You got that Lovers in the reverse. That Seven of Swords screams to me third party energy. But I'm not going to bank completely on that because this also could be that somebody wasn't making a decision. So let's just say that there wasn't a third party, but they still weren't making things official. They still weren't deciding on what they were going to do with the situation that the two of you were in. However, there's regret, there's remorse that is here. I feel like this is somebody who's wanting to come through and offer up an apology. Right now, the reason why they're not coming towards you, though, is because they feel like things are over. Hmm. I also feel like they are consulting with someone, whether it be their ancestors or somebody that is like a mentor that they look up to. I just feel like they're not just sitting with this energy alone and by themselves and holding on to it. I feel like they're getting this out. Like, I mean, it might be prayer. It could be prayer, but I do feel like they're looking for guidance on what they should do with this situation between the two of you. Yeah, because they're very unhappy and they're wanting, this person wants a second chance. They're kind of just, I feel like they're just walking around looking for hope, like a sign, something that says, go ahead and try, because Taurus is going to allow you to come back. But I feel like they honestly are wondering, what did I just say? A sign, bottom of the deck. They're looking for that sign. They honestly feel like if they do try to reach out, that you're not going to respond. And I do feel like they are feeling a bit like they've lost everything. So this is how your person is feeling this week. All right, Gemini. What's going on for you? All right, you got Three of Wands here. You also have the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like it's interesting because I almost feel like it's what you don't see coming. So what you don't see coming is, I feel like this person is plotting on you. Like they're waiting for the right opportunity, the right moment to strike. And when I say strike, it's like they're wanting to offer something up to you, but it's like it needs to be planned perfectly. They can't just go towards you without having thought behind whatever it is that they're doing. You have the King of Cups in the reverse. You have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. For some of you, you may have disconnected from this person and are no longer communicating with them. And that could be the reason as to why they feel like they have to kind of plot. They also feel like you have the upper hand with the Magician here. And they're feeling a lot of disappointment. There's something that they went overboard on that they should not have crossed a line. And so there's a lot of disappointment on both sides. What's this? Yeah, I see them wanting to just, I mean, this is kind of what they're doing right now. They're working up the courage to be able to stand firm in whatever it is that they need to say or get off of their chest, because I do feel like there is something that is like they need to say. They need to say what they need to say. And so it's like trying to conquer that fear of it being too late, of your disappointment, um, and to actually exhibit that they're stable, that they're secure, that they want to handle business. So this person's like trying to get their thoughts together. You have the Ten of Wands here in the reverse. You also have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Since you guys, like this week, hold on. Yeah, I feel like this person has taken time off. It's weird because I don't know why I'm even getting that they've taken time off from work. But I feel like this person has taken time off from work to kind of get their thoughts together. There's a lot of kind of just sitting and thinking and observing, um, coming to realizations as well. I just feel like there's a lot of aha moments with this person. You have the Six of Cups, you have the King of Swords. This person feels like you guys are still very connected. Like it's clear to them. You guys are very connected. It's clear to them. You might even be their soulmate. For some of you, you are their soulmate. And they are very aware of this. This person wants to offer up love to you again. They want a second chance. They don't want to they don't want to let things go. So like in this person's mind this week, I feel like that is what the plan is. It's like, how do I come back into Gemini's life where they'll hear me out? Because that's what it is. They're wanting to be heard. You have the Star card in the reverse. You also have the Page of Pentacles. It's so funny though, because they are very pessimistic about being heard. I'm telling you, they want you to hear them out. But they're also wondering if it's too late. Does Gemini not want to hear me out anymore? Will Gemini even accept me? Will Gemini take the time to learn what it is that I want to convey? As of right now, I feel like what they've decided is to kind of just stay kind of hidden. I don't feel like this week they're going to go through any time period of them coming towards you. Right now, you're being seen as the Queen of Pentacles, so somebody that kind of doesn't need them, which makes them very cautious on whether or not they should come forward. I do feel like they're going to keep this a quiet. They're going to keep this a secret. They're going to keep this quiet and held back from you until they're ready to actually come forward to speak. All right, let's go on to Cancer. All right, Cancer. How are they feeling about you this week? All right, you got Five of Wands here. You also have the Four of Swords. It's like they need a break. They need rest from all the drama, all the bickering. Um, they feel right now like things are very challenging for them. You have the Empress here. You also have the King of Wands. You know what's interesting is like this person feels like they need a break because it's almost as though you are demanding that they level up to where you are. They're coming across as the King of Wands. You are the Empress. And it's like, you need to get your shit together. And that's basically like the feeling that I have in relation to that. And so because of that, because it's almost like this person is being pushed or forced to grow up, it's making them feel very, very drained. Like they need to take a moment back. They're trying to ignore the fact that they've been put out in the cold, but at the same time, they can't help but feel regret. They feel bad about what's happened. They feel bad that they've like for some of you, they've went ghost. Like they stopped talking because they felt overwhelmed. And it's nothing that you did. It's just showing the like putting up the mirror to them so that way they could see. I do feel like they're very much involved in themselves this week. Very, very, very selfish energy. What is this? It's chaotic though, like what they're feeling. Because a part of them wants to not even think and just run back to you. Just take that leap. So a part of them wants to do that. While you have this other part where it's like, no, you need to take your time. Like this has to grow in, but it needs to grow slowly. Sorry, it's 12 o'clock. Wake up call. But it needs to grow slowly. You need to give it time. It needs more time. So I feel like this person battles with the fact of, should I level up the relationship or should I keep it the way that it is? Give me more on this week. You have the Judgment in the reverse. You also have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. They feel like, and it's weird because they feel like they've made a bad judgment call. And more than likely, it's because they have taken this time. But for some of you, I don't even feel like they've expressed it or explained to you what is going on. And so there is that damn, I didn't do this right type of feeling, because you guys were supposed to be working to be a team and they were being selfish. Give me more on this week. Mm. They know what type of person that you are. They know what you possess. They actually feel like you are controlling their heart, like you have possession of it. I think it's funny because you have that Queen of Cups, kind of holding the cup. It's like levitating, but you know what I'm saying? It's like in the palm of her hand. And that's kind of how this person feels. It's like you have the upper hand. My heart is in your hands. But at the same time, I feel very overwhelmed. Mm. I do feel like, and it's interesting because it might be like towards the end of the week where this person decides to get out of hermit mode and come and communicate to you. If it's not, I mean, it's going to happen. But I do feel like this person is taking their time to really think with this hermit card there. Okay. All right, let's go on to Leo. How is Leo's person feeling about Leo this week? Okay, you got Knight of Pentacles here. You also have the Seven of Wands. I feel like this person doesn't really want to get out of their comfort zone this week. I feel it's like it's like they don't really want things to necessarily change. They're kind of fixed, if I'm looking at this correctly. Hmm. At the same time, they feel like there's unfinished business that's here, and it's like they're just, you know what? Oh no. Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on. Ooh, I got a little bit of a blamer. Little bit of a blamer. Okay, so you have the Judgment card here. You have the Nine of Pentacles. They feel like you made, and it's possibly them, I don't know, but I'm gonna say that kind of how it came across. Like you made a bad judgment call in relation to possibly movement in the relationship. I don't have it here, but I almost feel like there's a tinge of resentment. Um, but they feel like there was some sort of judgment call that was made based off of pride or ego. And so this week it's kind of like, okay, well, since that's the case and we're not going anywhere, then we're not going anywhere. But technically this person feels like there is so much unfinished business. There's so many things that are either left unsaid, left undone, that need to be completed, and it's like they feel like they're waiting. So maybe you said you didn't want to rush into something and they feel like that was a shitty judgment call, but okay. Um there may be communication about how an opportunity was missed. I don't, it's interesting. I know that that's normally what that says, but I don't feel like you're going to find out about it. You're not going to find out about it this week. I don't know. Some of you might. I just feel like it's emotions that need to get out, or it could turn into resentment. Give me more for how this person feels about Leo this week. You have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. You also have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. This person's not going anywhere. I mean, they still feel pretty included in your life. and you're included in theirs. I don't feel like they're going anywhere, but I do feel like they are holding, yes, they are. They're holding back. They're holding back what they desire. They desire a level up. They desire a glow up in the relationship. But they're going to hold this back. They're not going to, I really don't think they're going to say anything this week. I really don't. You got Four of Wands in the reverse. You also have the three. Yes. See, I'm telling you, this person feels like we should be in a better state, but we're not because of something that you decided. But they're not going to stop building with you. They will. It's just like, also keep in mind that the foundation doesn't feel very stable. But I'm still here. You can't tell me this ain't resentment. I just don't have the card for it, but that's the feeling that I get, is like, it's resentment. You have the Page of Pentacles here. What is that about? Knight of Swords in the reverse. They're not communicating to you about something because it's like they're trying to learn something about you. Now, it could be that they're trying to like figure out additional information so that way they don't feel the way that they're feeling. I don't know. I don't feel like it's going to be direct communication in relation to how they feel. I feel like they're going to ask questions. They're going to go around it and ask, they're going to ask questions. I have the Seven of Swords, except it's like this. So it's not necessarily deceptive, but it is them trying to be a little bit strategic. And I feel like it's more so in relation to how they feel and not being so stuck in the way that they're thinking right now. Like it's almost like they're trying to work through it. So, all right, Leo, that's what I got. Let's go on to Virgo. I know it always starts itching anytime I read. I don't understand. My nose won't itch at all day, and then boom. All right. Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. What is this? Oh my goodness, no. All right. The emotions are very immature. It's like, okay, I know about this connection. I know what Virgo wants, but I am extremely guarded because I'm just not seeing things the same way that Virgo is seeing them. I feel like you have somebody that you guys are not on the same page. And I feel like this person needs, like, they have a lot of growing up to do. You have the Ten of Swords here in the reverse, and you have the Empress in the reverse. It's like somebody that is, oh my God. They want to continue doing whatever it is that you guys are doing, but they don't want to make anything official. Okay. It's interesting the way that I put the cards down again. You got the King of Pentacles sideways. To me, I feel like that's 1 foot in and 1 foot out. It's like sometimes it feels like they're all in, and then other times it feels like you're by yourself. So how are you feeling about Virgo? This person, either they've done this already or they may do it later. Is thinking about just taking the risk of walking away, moving on, and no longer coming towards Virgo. Why? The Sun in the reverse, the Hierophant in the reverse, because they won't grow up. Because Virgo is making them, Virgo has boundaries. Virgo has standards. Virgo has integrity. And the thing that you're not allowing them to get away with is wasting your time. And because they know they need to grow up, and they know they need to They know what you want. And so I feel like this person is considering just kind of stopping things, maybe even ghosting. I hope they don't. Um, because you want something serious, or you want that level up in the relationship, and they don't want to make things official. They want a situationship. I do feel like this is stressing this person out because they can't make a decision. They're having a hard time making a decision. It's stressing them out. And they're looking at you, and it's like you are so put together, so wonderfully put together. Like you know exactly what it is that you want. You're going after it. Everything just looks very easy to you, while to them it is not easy for them to make a decision. What's the moon? Okay. It's interesting because I feel like they know what they are going to do, or that they what they want to do, because they have a clear mind on where they actually want to be, or at least what they want to do. What they want to do, and they're not going to tell you, is they don't want to go anywhere. I just feel like they're having a very hard time with getting to the whole, which you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna ask, why are you so scared of a relationship? Something in the past. So it looks like this person has not stopped themselves to actually heal something from the past. And so it's kind of like you are getting the punishment from them being on the go, instead of sitting with themselves and actually healing whatever it is that they feel like they grieved or that they lost. All right, Libra. Let me take a sip. A sip. All right, Libra. How are they feeling about you? They don't even want to say. They're trying to keep it a secret. Hopefully, they're not trying to keep you a secret. But I feel like they want to keep things the same. So maybe some of you are a secret. Give me more. You have the Lovers in the reverse. You have the Seven of Swords, mother lover. Okay, so some of y'all are a secret because they're currently involved with other people. And so they're having to sneak around to be with you. You have the Hanged Man here. You also have the World in the reverse. It's like this person is sitting in whatever it is that they're sitting in, that they're currently in, and they're not closing out that chapter. So it's like dangling the carrot and keeping it's like keeping the old and the new. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. You have the Queen of Pentacles. You also have the Hermit here. They feel like you're pretty independent. You take care of yourself. You're fine by yourself. That's literally what they think. You have the Ten of Cups, also the Seven of Cups. I feel like this person enjoys you. They also enjoy options. Like, yeah. there's no other way that I can say that that was nice. Like, they enjoy being free to have different options. But that also makes them very confused on what they should do. You have the Five of Cups here. You also have the Tower. I do feel like there's a lot of fear in what they will lose if they make a choice, because they're looking at you as though you are a risk. And the risk might be that, like, in no way that they win. It's interesting. They feel like, if I go this way, I lose something. If I go that way, I lose something. You have the Ace of Swords here. You also have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. They feel like they can be their authentic self. They feel like you know the truth about them. that you know how insecure this person is. Even when they try to put that ego up, you know. You have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse and the King of Wands in the reverse. It's interesting because they don't want to communicate with you or talk to you about taking action. Like that's something that they try to avoid, is that they do not want to talk to you about taking action. Because the moment that they do, they start to feel unreliable, and they don't like that feeling either. How do you feel about Libra this week? You have the Judgment here in the reverse. You also have the King of Pentacles. And the Strength card. Why the Judgment in the reverse? They feel like holding back from you is the right thing to do. They feel like if they give too much, that could be a bad judgment call. And so it's like they're sitting in between two worlds, literally, because they have two people. Hopefully not more than that, but they're sitting in between two worlds trying to decide what's the best option for them. What is the best decision? Which way should I go? You have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. You also have the Four of Wands in the reverse. Fortune. They're trying not to mind too much about how like shaky the foundation is between the two of you, because it's like it's weird because they almost are like, it's going to be fine. Luck is always on my side. It'll be fine. It'll work out fine. And they feel like anytime that you show like you are not anytime they feel like you are possibly changing your mind as far as with how you feel about them, then that's when they'll come in and start showing more attention, so that way they can get you back where they want you to be. Sorry, guys. All right, Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, what's going on for you? How do you feel about Scorpio? All right, you got the Ace of Swords here. You got the Nine of Cups. Ooh, it's very similar to Libra. Scorpio feels like this week, you can see, or they may be open and honest with you about how they have been feeling. So they may be feeling very down, depleted. It could even be like, I feel exhausted. But I feel like this person wants to come towards you and tell you about how things have been going for them. Even if you guys are not communicating, and let's just say they don't tell you stuff, just understand that this person this week feels like they don't want to, like they always come back to you, or they don't want to leave your side. Like they want to stick with Scorpio. You have the Magician here in the reverse. You also have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Weird. I feel like they're trying to psych themselves out to not care. Why? Because they're unreliable and you want forward movement. Because there's somebody, I do feel like they are somebody who comes in and out. But you're wanting forward movement. You may have said something to them about it. They may try to come across as being nonchalant, but I don't feel like that's really how they feel. Ah, shoot. Give me more on how they feel this week. Ooh. Who is calling it quits? You. You may have the strength to just stop everything dead ass in its tracks. I feel like this that's the best strength in the chariot in the reverse. This is going to make somebody feel extremely needy when it comes to you, because it's like you've now taken away something from them, and I feel like this may have been something that was out of nowhere. That could be the reason as to why they feel, I always come back to Scorpio. Give me more on this situation, please. All right, you got 5 of Swords here. You also have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Ooh, they're feeling like there's so much conflict between the two of you that things are starting to fizzle out. I don't know if this is from their side or your side, but they feel like this is starting to be a false start. 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. You also have the 2 of Cups. This is reflecting a relationship that is not equal give and take. It's a lot of taking on this person's part, and they know that you give quite a bit. I mean, that was the very first thing that started off the whole read, is that they see that they can come to you and that you're going to give, regardless of what the giving that you give is. You're their supply. They are the addict, and you supply. You have the 4 of Pentacles here. You also have the Hierophant. What's the Hierophant? Two of Swords in reverse. 6 of Wands. Why the 4 of Pentacles? I don't really like this. It's almost like they try to kind of play mind games with you, or they try to kind of play a game. Like they know how to get you to hold on to them, because they feel like you like you guys have a very strong soul connection. They know that you're wanting something more official, but they're just they're all over the place. They're a lot. And so whenever it seems as though you're not giving them attention, or let's say you pull back, this person feels like I can just acknowledge them and show them a lot of attention, and Scorpio will come back. And I feel like that's kind of what they're thinking right now, especially for the ones that have like cut this person off because of their behavior. This person feels like I can dangle that relationship in Scorpio's face to bring them back, because I need Scorpio, because like I said, you're the supplier, they're the addict. Okay. Sagittarius this week, how do they feel? How does this person feel about Sag this week? All right, you got the Magician here. You also have the Temperance here. Ooh. Are you dealing with a Gemini? Look at this. You guys, I just heard finish each other's sentences. That's not what I was going to say, but it's like I feel like you guys are yin and yang. You have the Magician and Temperance. Yeah, you have Magician and Temperance. That is Gemini and Sag. That is sister sign. So I feel like this person feels like you guys, like where they are weak, you are strong. Where you're strong, whatever, vice versa. So this person feels like you bring a lot of balance to them. You're very magical. You're the yin to their yang. There, that's simple. That's a simple way to say it. All right, you got the Strength card here in the reverse. You also have the Ace of Cups. They are, okay. There is a tinge of fear in completely giving their heart. But at the same time, this person does not want to hold back. They want to give their whole heart. They don't want to keep it locked down. They're also saying sometimes there's challenges between the two of you. And sometimes it just feels challenging, geez, Louise, challenging in general to go the path that you're wanting them to go, you know? You have the Seven of Cups here in the reverse. You also have the Fool card. But you know what? It's very clear to them that you're worth the risk. And when I say the risk, it's the love that you are worth it. You have the Six of Swords here. You also have the King of Cups in reverse. They're wanting to move away from uh them being so cold or them having a hard time with emotional things. They're wanting to fix that. You also have the Ten of Swords here in the reverse with the Knight. I'm telling you, they're wanting this love to go on and on and on. They don't want this to end. Like there's true emotion that this person has for you, Sagittarius, and that's all that they're thinking about. Give me more on how they feel this week. You have the Page of Cups here. You also have the Three of Swords. Hmm. It's interesting because it's like I got a couple of different little messages. Yeah, it's the fun. It's the lightheartedness. You're healing parts of their heart that maybe they haven't spoken about. Maybe they have, I don't know. But you're healing parts of their heart by being playful, by being lighthearted, by them being able to enjoy themselves when being with you. You have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. You also have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. I feel like there's things from the past that depleted them, like situations that didn't work out that depleted them. And it's like they're trying to find that inner strength again. They're trying to fill themselves back up. Hmm. This week, if okay, as much as I just gave like all that good stuff, I will say this. This week, if they come across as being a little bit standoffish or like kind of guarded, understand that it's not based off of something that you have done. That King of Swords in the reverse, to me, especially because we just talked about them like having to let go of things that have happened to them in the past. This might be like a trigger of something that happened to them in the past, of somebody that used to try to control them. And so, just understand that if anything were to arise and you start to notice that they kind of tense up and become a little bit more guarded, or like their boundaries are very hard, not saying that you should soften your boundaries, but sometimes boundaries are really just ways of keeping people out, and they're not healthy. And I don't even know if they're called boundaries, like unrealistic boundaries, I don't know. But just understand that it's not you. It's the best way I can put it. It's not you. All right, Capricorn. How's this person feeling about you this week? All right, you got Temperance here. You got a few. Ooh, all right. They're feeling like this relationship was divinely orchestrated, that they manifested, and that the heavens said yes. Boom, there you go. And things are about to get real elevated. You got a lot of major arcana. They feel like this relationship this week is something that's very magical and special and important to them. You have the Ace of Wands here in the reverse. You also have the Tower. What about it? Okay. They're going to try to work really hard on the relationship because what they fear is that you guys are a false start, because this would be absolutely fucking devastating to them. And they don't want that. So I feel like they put in a lot of effort. You may see a lot of effort, little things that they're doing to show that they're putting in that effort this week. You got the Eight of Wands here in the reverse. You also have the Strength card here in the reverse. There's something that they may have held back from you previously and just kind of didn't want to touch on that topic, but I do feel like they cannot hold it back any longer. Yeah, it could be somebody's indecision. I'm not sure whose. You have the Lovers here. Give me more on that. Five of Wands in reverse and the Death card. They may be wanting to make some changes between the two of you. What's the Death card in relation to? Page of Swords in the reverse. Page of Cups in the reverse. King of Swords in the reverse. I feel like this person at one time may have come across as a little bit immature because it's like they wanted to control the flow of the relationship, and now they're seeing that that's not the way to go. They're wanting to change it, and they're wanting to be open and honest with you about that. The Page of Swords in the reverse. Now, I don't know if that's going to come across exactly how I said, but you just may see different things changing. Give me more on how they feel this week. Ten of Pentacles. I'm telling you. This is somebody who may be used to playing other people's faces. I don't know. But it's like maybe they're overbearing. Maybe they tried to control how things went, and now they're realizing that that's not the route to go, because they're seeing you as the Ten of Pentacles. They're seeing you as someone that they could have a family with, if that's your thing. Marriage, all of that. Yep. And since you guys have gotten to, oh Lord, hold on, let me see. What is this? Please don't be what I think it is. Please don't be what I think it is. Oh, oh no. For some of y'all, the indecision is because they are in a third party. And this is something that they're keeping quiet. You got the Moon here. You got the Queen of Swords in the reverse because they don't know which way to go. I don't like the Three of Cups together with the Three of Swords. That's what's causing the issue. And maybe this person, that whole Death card is all about them saying, I'm not going to abuse this. I have something good. I need to get out of this other thing so I can be with Capricorn. I feel like these, yep. Dang. I was you know what? When I saw that Lovers in the reverse, I was hoping that that's not what it was. But then the freaking cards was like, nah, that's what it is. You have the World card here. You also have the Ten of Swords. I feel like they want to completely transform their life. Like they've met you or they know you or whatever the case may be when it comes to the two of you. And it's like they want to stop a bunch of stuff that's going on because it's just not serving them. And they're wanting to include you in their life. They're wanting to, they want a whole new life. Yeah. So, all right, Capricorn. That was a interesting turn of events. Let's go on to Aquarius. My throat is so dry. All right, Aquarius. What is going on for you? How does your person feel about you this week? How do they feel about you this week? Bunch of cards. Oh, man. So at one point you guys were seeing eye to eye. Now they being immature. For some of you, you guys are in a relationship. For others of you, it's just, you guys have a connection. But I feel like right now, they're being immature and not communicating. Or maybe they're saying that you're being immature and you're not communicating. There's somebody here that ghosted. And I say that loosely. But somebody has went silent due to immaturity. All right. You got the Hermit in the reverse. You got the Two of Pentacles. Regardless, this person is wanting to come up out of the silent treatment and get things rectified. Balance shit back out again. You have the Hierophant in the reverse. You also have the Nine of Wands. This doesn't feel like a full on like boyfriend girlfriend type of relationship, but maybe it is. I don't know. But I have, I have them softening up to the idea of something more serious. So basically, just whatever the more serious is, you take it to the next level of whatever it is that you guys are right now. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. You also have the Six of Swords. Give me more on that. It's interesting though, because it's like they need to make a decision, because they haven't made a decision, but they are softening. They need to make a decision on what it is that they want, because I feel like there's a fear that they have, a fear that if they don't shape up and fly right, because right now it just feels very one-sided and like they're not trying to cooperate, that you could possibly walk away. And so it's like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place trying to figure out what they want to do. Because yes, get y'all on the same page again, cool, but that's not, somebody is wanting more out of this situation. And this person is trying to figure out this if it's worth fighting for. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles here. You also have the Sun card. Why the Sun card? They feel like what is happening is something very new. They're not used to this. Being left out by you. They're not used to this. You got the Sun card. Normally that's the happiest card in the deck, but for some reason I feel like this is the new phase that you guys are in. You have the Five of Pentacles, you have you have the Eight of Swords. Them feeling left out in the cold is driving them nuts, because they're sitting here just thinking about it, overthinking about it, and thinking about it some more. They feel like stuck somewhere, stuck. You have the Six of Wands here. You also have the Devil in the reverse. Why? Oh, okay. So because you guys are not communicating, number one, they feel like things are over. And maybe somebody said, hey, things are over. It's so stupid, because this has actually, because you're not fighting for it, you're not doing anything. Aquarius, I feel like you like put your foot down, and that was that. And they can call you immature all day long, but you do not care. Of course, because now you're not giving them any attention, you're not paying them any mind. Now this person is like, Aquarius is not stuck on me anymore. And now I want to show this person I want to show Aquarius a bunch of attention. I'm coming in hot, okay? I am trying to flood Aquarius's text messages, DMs, voicemail, voice notes, whatever I can to get Aquarius to respond. I just want a reaction. And I feel like you're not giving that to them. Yep, it's going to be exposed this week that whatever has transpired between the two of you and you not communicating with this person, it is going to show how heavy this is weighing on them. So, whatever you're doing, it's effective. All right, Pisces. How do they feel about Pisces this week? All right, you got Four of Wands here in the reverse. You got the Death card. They feel like it's still like it's you guys are not on good terms, and it's still that way. Things have not changed. It's interesting because it's almost like this person is blaming you for their hurt, because they're saying, my heart is hurt. My feelings are are hurt. And you have this Knight of Pentacles here, followed by this Four of Cups. It's like they refuse to come towards you, but I still feel like they're coming towards you. Like it's slow, but it's like they're also saying, you know, well, Pisces rejected me. Who is this crybaby? Because there is somebody here that's very much in their feelings. You have the Strength card here. You also have the Page of Swords. There's a lot of things that they want to get off of their chest, but it's like they're allowing their pride and ego to hold them back. So they're holding back on what they want to say. You have the Tower here, followed by the Three of Cups. Like, whatever happened between the two of you, when I tell you that they're sick about it, they're sick about it. And what I feel like happened is that this person went overboard. They did something that was a little too much, which caused the breakdown, which caused things to be misaligned. And of course, foundations get rocky. That foundation start to shift, that whole house gonna crack. So there's something that they did do, but it's like they're taking it out on you. You have the Ace of Swords here. You also have the Knight of Cups. They're contemplating on coming towards you with truth and love. The part of them that's not ego driven is telling them to just come towards Pisces and to express how you feel. But they're delaying it because I'm telling you, they're delaying their own happiness, possibly, because they want to control the flow of how this is. And they feel like, oh, well, if I have the upper hand, then Pisces has to come to me. That's just not how it's going. Because I don't feel like Pisces is moving an inch. What's this? You know, it's funny, they're grieving you. I have the Five of Cups that's here, but what's popping up in their mind is the fact that they knew what you wanted. They knew that they should have been reciprocal. They weren't confused about why things went the way that they went. They're very sure, and that's something that they're thinking about this week. I also feel like for some of you, the reason why they acted the way that they did is because there was a third party situation and they needed to make a choice. And I also feel like this person is still feeling the stress. They still feel the stress because they're still not making a choice. Well, it doesn't matter because Pisces, I believe, made the choice for them. You have Queen of Wands. You also have the World card. They feel like they're still very attracted to you, and they still feel like there's unfinished business that they want to come back around to you. Okay. How else are they feeling this week? Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse and the Seven of Swords. Oh, I'm telling you, who is this? For some of you, if it's been long spans of time, they've already gotten into a relationship with someone else, but they're still trying to find ways to come back to you because you're still the person that's on their mind. You're still the person that they're thinking about. And it's like, how can I sneak behind the other person that I'm in a relationship back to go towards Pisces? They're still full of shit. So right now, what they're doing is, I do feel like they're holding back on communication. I do feel like they're holding back on trying to find that opportunity, but I do believe that they are plotting. So anyway, that is what I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Friday. And until next time, take care.